Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProV Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of worth, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies. The 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of worth, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies. The 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
AJ Buck. You know what that felt like? Like a Thursday night game about 6 years ago. What it felt, you know what, like when those Thursday games started happening, they were just garbage, like just sloppy, especially early season, short turnaround, short prep. The road team looked horrible, would turn the ball over. That's what that looked like last night. The how about Jalen Hurts making a little history, though? Every time you think you've seen it all, oh, you've seen everything. Never seen a guy have 2 turnovers on one play, have you? How's that even possible? What up, boys and girls? Happy Tuesday. Hope you enjoyed that slop fest last night. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. You found us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. How you living?
What it do?
I mean, am I wrong on
no,
that?
That was a great description of a throwback Thursday night football game where teams really didn't know what to do with the week.
Right.
They were always sloppy, and it was just, let's just find a way to get by. That's what it felt like last night. And, to see, Justin Herbert, the dude that had hand surgery 7 days ago, he was the one gutting it out and rushing for 60-plus yards, especially 20 yards on that final field goal drive. Just like, what is happening?
And getting his ass kicked all night. He is one tough SOB. Justin Herbert sacked 7 times, hit all freaking night long, had surgery on Monday on that hand, carried the ball 10 times for 66 yards. He was their leading rusher. Oh, yeah, their quarterback was. Threw for 139 yards, a touchdown, and interception. And to your point on the drive at the end of regulation, gutting it out and just tucking and running, and then leading the game-winning drive and the touchdown. And the Chargers
beat the Eagles 22-19 last night in Los Angeles. For a game that meant so much to both teams, right? And here we are now in week whatever we're in. I guess it was week 14 and game number 13 for both of them. The stakes are so high. You look at the standings, you look where the Eagles are. The Eagles, I don't know how anybody can tell me anymore, are the favorite in the NFC. Now, they're the favorite in their division. I certainly believe they will win their division. But when you take a look at the playoff standings and where they sit, they're currently the 3 seed. I don't necessarily see a path for them to get to the 1 seed. I guess they would have the tiebreaker over the Rams, right? That was this year where they blocked that field goal and returned it.
That happened.
Yeah, that happened this year. So there is a path. They got to still jump the Packers as well. And then for the Chargers, it was really big because the wild card race, if they lose that, they drop down into that tie with Houston and Indianapolis. It was, for as big of a game as it was gross to watch. I mean, it was sloppy, the offensive line, and granted, the Eagles are beat to hell on the offensive line. But it felt like, week 2, Thursday night, 6 years ago.
Well, we'll get in line because a lot of teams are beat to hell at the offensive line at this point in the season. And that's it's been that way for Philadelphia all year long, which is question marks offensively. And you look at the coordinator turnover, and everyone's fine with the defense, Vic Fangio. But you look at now the issues with A.J. Brown throughout the season, the game plan last night for the Eagles. Like, they're an 8-5 football team, but we're judging them as the defending Super Bowl champions. We're judging them as a team that should be playing an NFC championship game. And I haven't thought they've been the favorites in the NFC for a long time. I've been on the Rams. Eagles beat the Rams. I think the Rams are the best football team. And Green Bay is nipping at their heels. And by the way, the wild card team with 10 wins is the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. And they play next week, I think, on Thursday. Rams in Seattle. A.J. Brown was utilized last night. They threw to him, 13 times? He caught 6 balls for 100 yards. They're utilizing him. They utilized Saquon. He carried the ball 20 times for 122 yards. That should be their recipe for success. You just can't turn the ball over 5 times.
Yeah, man, Sully had himself a game. All those interceptions on that Monsters Inc. broadcast last night.
You watched some of that?
I did.
I forgot about that. Was it good?
Yes. My kid was like, what is happening?
Yeah, I'll bet he was.
I don't know, but this is awesome. It's football.
It's awesome. All right, so 22-19 was the number last night. The Chargers get the win. Jalen Hurts on one play had 2 turnovers. You've never seen that before. You know why? Because I don't think it's ever happened. How? What do you mean? He had 2 on one play. How can that happen? So midway through the second quarter, he threw an interception over the middle. Deshaun Hand caught the interception. And on the return, Deshaun Hand was hit in the hand. He fumbled. Jalen Hurts recovered the ball. And then he was hit and he fumbled again. Twice on one play, he fumbled the football. Or he gave it away, 1 interception. JJ, have you ever seen anything like that?
No, but you see a play like that, and then by the time you get to the end of the game and then you see Jalen Hurts throw that last interception, you're like, yeah, that was just the night it was going to be. Like, you throw a pick, like, oh, I got a break because this big dude can't run with a football, and then you realize, oh, I just got hit, and it's on the ground too. So
I'm watching the Monster Inc. Replay on it too. Pretty good. Actually, it's really good. You know where you see 2 turnovers on one play? You know where you see a guy throw an interception, then recover a fumble on the same play, and then fumble it again? Turkey Bowls on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you see that stuff. That's you and your boys out playing in some mud field somewhere. Everybody comes out of there with a busted up arm and a black eye, and somebody blew out their knee and is going to have surgery next week. That's where you see that stuff. 5 turnovers for Jalen Hurts. Sorry if you needed him on your fantasy football team to get into the playoffs, by the way. You know, in our league, the dude who has him. So one of my leagues, we don't detract for interceptions. There's no detract for quarterback interception. You do not lose points. I guess subtract would be the word, not detract, because I make up words for the English language. So that dude, he gets all those tush pushes all year long. All that crap TD. And he doesn't lose 2 points per turnover, and he had 5 of them last night. And he won. Dude won. How
That's
wrong?
wild.
I'm in some stupid leagues, man. I'm in some dumbass leagues. All right, we got a lot to do today. 505-246-0610. That's the number to get in today. 505-246-0610. Your emails will come in today like they do every day. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com or JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ's on the X. It's _JJ Buck. On the television, you can watch us on Xfinity, channel 26, all through the state of New Mexico. You can watch us on our Facebook page, The OD in the AM, or you can watch us on the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. Adrian is in this morning, and he is producing the TV side, and so you can look at our pretty faces there. Phone and text, 505-246-0610. Guest list 9:30 this morning. We're expecting a conversation with Ron Patel. He is the Grand Poobah over. I guess the big dog's Grand Poobah. He's like the mini Grand Poobah, the sub Grand. What's his
Could work.
Team president? Just the Poobah, just not Grand. Like Trevisani would be the Grand Poobah, and then Ron's the Poobah. Over for New Mexico United, they're gonna have open tryouts coming up. They're doing some stuff with Giving Tree, and what else was it?
Schedule coming out next week.
Big schedule release party. All right, so they'll be in. Ron, I don't know if he's coming in or we're doing it on the phone. We'll talk with Ron coming up at 9:30 this morning. Want to get your conversation? We got a ton of football to go through. T. Higgins is back in concussion protocol going into your fantasy football league playoffs. JJ, so is CD Lamb. We got conversations to be had about dudes that are coming out of retirement to potentially play football. And when we get back, I mentioned it about 2 months ago. I should have saved the damn emails where you guys were telling me that I am nuts, that there's no flipping way this will ever happen, that Diego Pavia cannot win the Heisman. I don't know if he's going to win, but dude is a finalist, and he will be in New York, and he will be on the stage. And there are plenty of people who are saying publicly that they voted Diego Pavia number 1 on their ballot. It's not that far-fetched that that kid from Volcano Vista High School, New Mexico Military Institute, New Mexico State, can win the Heisman. How will this happen? We're going to get there as well when we get back. 505-246-0610. Want to hear from you. Played Prize Picks last night. Maybe you won. If you took a lot of unders, you probably won last night, huh? Prize Picks is terrific, especially this time of year, because there's so much going on with the football, the basketball, the hockey, the bowl games, everything at once. We're out making decisions every day, right? You, me, what are we going to buy? What are we going to eat? Who are we going to play? Are we going to go more or less? It's really fun, and it pays off. You like Josh Hart tonight? 14.5 points for Josh Hart against Toronto. You want more or less? You want Tyler Hero tonight? 17.5 points against Orlando. You want to go more or less? You can play some soccer. JJ, should I go more or less? Victor Osimhen against Morocco. More or less half a goal. See, you can do it all on Prize Picks tonight. I've downloaded it. I've been playing. You can pick lineups 2 to 6 players, and you pick more or less and just have a blast. You're watching the game. You think you know something. Make it pay off. You can do a lot of different things. They got all kinds of things that you can bet on. You can go more or less on fantasy scores. You can go more or less on free throws made. More or less on field goals attempted. Even turnovers. And you can pick multiple sports in the same lineups. You can go soccer and basketball, or you can go football and soccer, or Steph Curry and Patrick Mahomes in the same lineup. If your fantasy team's busted, and it probably is, you can play your favorite players here as well. Download the Prize Picks app. Enter the code KNML. You'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's code KNML. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's on Prize Picks, where it is good to be right.
What's up, guys? David Pollack here.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success.
Travis said a text. You mean the 0.4, and then he spelled it ZEROPOINTFOUR, and then made sure I understood in parentheses 0.4 in numerals. The 0.4 points Hurts scored last night didn't help you get in the fantasy playoffs, as indicated in my text. Yes, I was one of those fantasy owners that missed the fantasy playoffs because Hurts couldn't score just 2.7 points. Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, you go in, you've won, dude. Right? If you needed 2.7 points out of Hurts on Monday night to win your game and get into the playoffs. You won. You didn't even have to walk.
It was a lock.
Lock, right? Nothing, as I learned this weekend, is 100%. Well, I've known that. But that was the other night. I needed 4.4 out of Stephon Diggs and got 2.6. Yeah, if you were the guy playing against him, you lost. You're like, damn, dude. And you're watching this game and watching him give the ball away and lose 4 points on one play.
Insane.
Fantasy football is the worst. It is the worst. And yet, we're two dudes with two idiots with too many teams. That's just, I mean, yes, that sucks. Sorry, Travis. Sucks for you. We should do a bad Fantasy Beats show one day. In fact, maybe we do that on Thursday when we do our segment.
Look back at some of the losses.
Like the bad ones. The one where I was in the car with the defense and that Monday night when I was leaving the pit and it was all over and the Chargers defense picked up a fumble and ran it all the way down to the one and I was playing against whoever the hell there. It was probably Kamani Vidal and he got the trash TD. That one was the one that just broke me. All right, 505-246-0610. Your emails this morning, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. All right, this is happening, boys and girls. How do you feel? A kid from Albuquerque, New Mexico is a finalist, will be on the stage representing this state, whether you like it or not. His story will most likely be told from Albuquerque to New Mexico Military Institute. I'm sure they're going to interview Jerry Kill, and they're going to show Quick Lane Bowl, and they're going to show New Mexico State stuff and the story and how he wasn't recruited by New Mexico. I'm sure the whole story, and I don't know if they're going to talk about, maybe they will. I mean, if they tell the whole story, they talk about how he peed on the logo, right? No, honestly.
Yes. It's a interesting talking point.
Well, that's part of the story, right? But Diego Pavia, Volcano Vista High School, New Mexico Military Institute, New Mexico State, and now Vanderbilt, is one of the 4 finalists for the award to recognize the best player in college football. How do you feel? 505-246-0610. Aggie fan, is there a pride for you all? Is there a pride in this that, we're the ones who gave him a chance? We discovered him. He helped. I mean, he led you to your 2 best seasons in the last over half a century. It's not even an argument, right? The best, well, the 10-win season was the best one, period. And then back-to-back bowl seasons were your best 2 seasons since 1960. That's 65 years. At the time, it was 62 years? How do you feel? Is there a sense of, do you think there is, like with Aggie fan?
There should be.
I think that's right.
Absolutely, there should be. I can understand the rivalry aspect and how there's plenty of people. If you root for the Lobos, you don't like Diego Pavia. Yeah, but I do think that from a New Mexico State standpoint, why shouldn't you be? This is the era we're in. Players going to come and go.
Wouldn't it be
without New Mexico State, Diego Pavia wouldn't be here?
Wouldn't it be like if Donovan Dent was in Naismith?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not from here necessarily, but he's
you'd
played
have
3
a
years here.
pride as a Lobo fan, and you should as an Aggie fan, because without New Mexico State, he's not in New York this week. I know that the chip on the shoulder and he wanted to be a Lobo this or that. If Diego Pavia was a Lobo, probably would have had a good career. He would not be at a power conference school playing for Heisman right now.
Yeah, I don't know how that would have worked. I mean, it would have been a really interesting
Maybe
path.
he transfers to a school, but
Nevada, where he was going?
Or even, I'm saying if he was a Lobo first.
No. I right.
He wouldn't transfer to Nevada.
Because one of the greatest things that happened to Diego is Jerry Kill.
Yes.
And I don't
right
think
there.
this can be lost in the story. And Jerry, again, however you feel about Jerry, and I know he's a legend, and it didn't end exactly how you wanted it at New Mexico State, and it got uncomfortable and clunky at the end. But Jerry is the one who gave Diego the opportunity. if you remember, was it Frakes? What was the other quarterback? Because they were the beginning of that first year. They were going. Was it Gavin Frakes? They were going back and forth. It wasn't Stover. It was. But there was another, and they were starting. And remember, they started like 1-4, 1-5, and then Diego started showing some life, and he made Diego the quarterback, and they had that crazy run, and they rescheduled the game because San Jose State had to back out of a game because a player got killed. They didn't want to make up the game. They had to petition the NCAA for another game. All that would play them was Valparaiso. It was a second FCS. They had a petition to let that be eligible for them to be in a bowl game. They went to the Quick Lane Bowl. They won the game. I mean, it was crazy, right? That was the year we had BYU, SMU, I think, in New Mexico, in the bowl game here. Was it Frakes? It doesn't matter.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Jerry Kill gave him a chance. Jerry and Beck's offense turned him into a star. And the story is out there. I don't think I'm breaking any confidence with anybody. Diego had committed to Nevada, made a verbal commitment when everybody left, everybody went their ways. And when Jerry Kill agreed with Clark Lee that Jerry was going to go be whatever his position was, like an assistant to the head coach or whatever that position is that he took, he called Diego and said, "You're coming with me." And Diego told him, "I've committed to Nevada." He says, "Yeah, well, uncommit. You're coming. You got an opportunity at Vanderbilt." And you remember at the same time they had a transfer quarterback coming from Utah. And I think common belief was, all right, cool. He's going to go. He'll get some money, but he can't play in the SEC, right? He was going to go to Nevada. And, all right, well, he'll go there, and he's going to beat up by this kid from Utah. Well, no. He beat out the transfer quarterback from Utah and everybody else who was on that roster. And then started beating Alabama. That was the turning point of it all. When they beat Alabama at home and the goalpost went down Broadway and got thrown into the river. That was the day the legend was cemented in Nashville, and I believe nationally on Diego Pavia. And all he's done is win and got them ranked and the best season that program has ever, not since 1960, ever seen. But Jerry Kill is still there and make it happen. Jerry Kill, was the best thing that ever happened to Diego Pavia. Now,
Yes.
and then that kind of goes to your point. I don't know what would have happened if he came here. I don't know where he ends up.
He's not in New York as a Heisman finalist.
Probably not. Right? I mean, he ends up transferring to Nevada or something. I don't know.
But yeah, maybe he has a power conference offer. I don't think he goes from UNM to Nevada, but
I don't know.
For
we'll
this
never
case, Jerry Kill going to.
Yeah. So I asked the question as you sit here in the reality. So it's look, this is the room, man. It's Indiana, ranked number 1 in the country. Their quarterback Fernando Mendoza. It's Ohio State. Where did Ohio State get ranked? 2? They only dropped to 2, right? Their quarterback, Julian Sayin. It's the running back from Notre Dame, ranked, I believe, 11th. Jeremiah Love. And it's the quarterback from Vanderbilt, and it is Diego Pavia. Aggie fan, I'd love to hear your thoughts. How do you feel about it? How do you is it a pride thing? Is that good for him, man? Like he went on. And Albuquerque, how do you feel? Like I get Lobo fan. And I don't know if you're over it, if you're not, if you'll never get over it. I mean, cool. I'm not going to tell you how to feel. I'm really not. But for maybe Albuquerque sports fan who doesn't have a dog in the fight, maybe you're not Lobo fan. Is there a sense of pride that kid's from here? Or is there I understand how his brothers represent, man. I get it, man. I don't know if the brothers are going to New York or not. I don't know if the whole family's going to be there or not. I'm going to assume they will be, right?
Somewhere, somehow.
I mean, again, the family's part of the story as well. But I'm going to tell you personally, and every interaction I have ever had with Diego Pavia, I understand what he's done. I understand what his family's done. Every interaction I personally have had has been cordial and actually beyond cordial. I mean, every time I text him, I showed you the other day, he said, he wants to come on with us after New York. This is a crazy week. right? Every time, when we hosted the game, when I've gone down there, when I've seen him at Aggie events when he was here, like he's been a respectful. Like I actually enjoyed Diego. I enjoy him, but I get it. So how do you feel, man? Because like it or not, that young man is representing Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I gotta believe, JJ, if this was some former Lobo that played at La Cueva, the media in this town would be hyping this up to the nth degree, wouldn't they?
I think they're jumping on it. I did an interview yesterday for Channel 7 about Diego Pavia.
Did you? Okay.
Asking about kind of everything we're touching on, what's the reaction from Albuquerque, the fan base. I'm like, well, I think it's probably split, if you ask who you root for. And I think if you're just an outside observer, because you're not a fan of the Lobos or Aggies, you absolutely respect Diego Pavia. Like, yeah, there's noise there, but it's a dude that backs it up and some on the football field.
Yeah, beyond that, I 100%. I think if this was, I'm trying to think of who was the last stud, what was the quarterback 2 years ago that went to Arizona State at La Cueva. Anyway, if it was somebody like that, or maybe even a kid from Cleveland, right? I believe that the media, they'd be sending crews to New York to cover this. This is a really interesting one because the path that he took, and maybe because he was an Aggie, not a Lobo, but how should it be? I'm not going to tell anybody how you should feel, but I'm curious how you do. All right, I got a break. We'll go to the phones when we come back. 505-246-0610. You're getting in on that. 505-246-0610. Your emails come in. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Got an event coming up, whether it's a big event, a little event, a convention, a party, a meeting, a service. Go to the Albuquerque Convention Center. They are excellent. I know we've all been to events at the Albuquerque Convention Center. Their service, their food, their facility goes above and beyond. We will take our teams, North Texas and San Diego State, from the Isleta New Mexico Bowl there on Thursday night. We do it every year. You know why? Because they take care of our guests the way they need to be taken care of. Versatile spaces meet every need. It's a venue that offers more than just a place, and it's an experience. Stunning local art on every wall. Mouth-watering food and drink options. Your guests will be impressed at every turn. It's in downtown Albuquerque. Perfect location to make your event unforgettable. Parking adjacent, easy in, easy out. So whether it's a small meeting, private gathering, large expo, conference, celebration, let their team, their service, their catering go above and beyond your expectations. It's the Albuquerque Convention Center at albuquerquecc.com. It's all right there, albuquerquecc.com. And then give them a call at 505-768-4575. 505-768-4575. It's the Albuquerque Convention Center. Be at the center of it all.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal.
Who is a more polarizing player? I'm not even comparing their careers. It's not comparable. But a more polarizing player who graduated, who played high school sports in Albuquerque high schools and then went on to play college. Diego Pavia or Cullen Neal? I'm not even pretending to compare their careers.
It's Diego Pavia.
Okay, it's not because it's nationally it's way bigger.
Well, and I think there's a lot of stuff that Colin Neal didn't do. It was just the son of the head coach, so it made it worse for him as opposed to what Diego Pavia and his family are actually doing.
Well, but the polarization, and gosh, you just remember back to some of the stuff he took, and it was crazy. All right, let's go to the phones. 505-246-0610. Dan, thanks for holding. You're on The Sports Animal. Hello, Dan.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Daniel. What's happening?
Okay, so I don't know. Am I the only guy that feels that Diego Pavia disrespected us and never showed remorse and or apologized to the community? Now, if he did, and I didn't hear it or see it in the news or the media or whatever, I'll sound corrected. In my world, I'm all about forgiveness. The big guy tells me I need to learn how to forgive. So I'm all about that. But, I know that he apologized to his team down in the Aggies for the disruption and this, that, and the other. But did he ever really come on and tell Albuquerque, hey, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done this. I'm young, I'm dumb. Did his parents have him do that? If he did, and I didn't see it, I am willing to stand corrected.
So back when it happened, he spoke and he said he apologized to the team when it happened. He explained what happened. Well, no, I don't know that he ever necessarily. And look, did he show remorse? And you've seen him on JJ on podcasts since. I mean, he says he hates the Lobos and he felt disrespected by the Lobos, and I don't know that he ever necessarily apologized, and he probably feels that you and him needs to apologize to him for disrespecting him. I don't know that he ever showed necessarily real remorse for it. And I don't need fake remorse. Do you? Do you need fake remorse?
Well, for for him to say, "Oh, they disrespected me," no, it's just a game. They didn't at that time. They didn't think you were good enough to play for them. They made a mistake. Fine, but urinating on the other team's logo, come on, that's beyond, disrespectful that they didn't choose you or as a player or whatever. That's disgusting. Okay, and let's say it for what it is.
Okay.
It's disgusting.
All right.
He has never showed remorse or apologized to our community. It's hard for me to support him, but as the person that I am, I will find a way to genuinely forgive him. But I think it would be nice for him to make a gesture.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
I appreciate that. Look,
that ain't happening.
Yeah, no. Look, first of all, we all did really. I guess we all peed in crazy places.
Well, it's different. He's a quarterback of your rival peeing on your field. Yeah. It's not you're peeing in the corner after a party.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going back to a story in 2023.
This, to me, I understand that Lobo fans won't get over it, but then is everyone going to start apologizing for the things that they've said to Aggie fans or Aggie fans to Lobo fans? Like, no.
Do you want him to apologize and give you an insincere apology if he's not?
He's not sorry.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
No.
And so if that's the way he feels, and do you want him to just feign an apology, and then you can rip him for what he says and tell you that AI wrote it or some PR guy wrote it? If he doesn't feel that way, then you're probably not going to get it. And I don't think you do, some insincere apology. I'm passive, but see, I'm not a Lobo, and it doesn't mean look, I've got an affection for New Mexico. I've got a relationship with the University of New Mexico. I like when the University of New Mexico does well, as do I when New Mexico State. I'm not an Aggie or a Lobo. I don't have that. But I've been here 29 years. I understand what it means. I don't have that emotional attachment to that logo that many of you have. And so I understand. Dan, I'm not mad at you. For me, yeah, a guy peed on a logo, and he was a 20-year-old kid, and it was immature, and it was, JJ, you're not wrong. You carry a bigger burden when you're the quarterback of a team. And, was it right? No, I don't think it was right. But to me, that doesn't define him. I know for many people, that's the defining moment of that young man. And Dan says, he never was remorseful and he didn't apologize. And he explained it. He said, all of us make mistakes. So he called it a mistake. He did. I'm looking back for some of the stories, that happened back in that day, and he opened up about it to Channel 13, and he talked about, he said, we make mistakes. When it happened, it was a big distraction, so I apologized to the team. After that, I felt like we grew even closer to the group. Ever since, we've been on a roll and playing really good football. And he's as good as there's been at taking distraction and negatives and turning into positives. So look, if you feel like Dan does, and I'm not mad at you, I get it. I don't feel the same way that he does. And he says, he's never apologized. I would ask you, do you want some insincere apology? If he doesn't feel apologetic, is it disgusting? Is it gross? Yeah, I mean, like, nobody's saying it's the right thing to do. Right? But I don't know, man. You got to feel the way you feel. 505-246-0610. Emails jeff@sportsanimалabq.com. Emails Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. We can continue this. Moran Patel from United is going to be in the Poobah coming up at 9:30. We got a lot of NFL injury stuff to get through. Lobos play basketball against TCU. I want to get into the Notre Dame thing as well, and what their athletic director said in regards to the relationship with the ACC, what you think the ACC's job should have been in lobbying for a partner, but not a football partner, right? We'll get there as well. Who's watching your home? You're not home now, right? You're out in the car. Who's watching it? There are bad guys out there. You know that. It's Albuquerque, crime, any town in America, there's property crime. Not enough police to respond to all the calls they get. That's why I work with IPS. It's Affordable Private Security. International Protective Service watches my home, businesses, homes all over Albuquerque and Santa Fe because they keep the bad guys away. You see them in your neighborhood. You see them in your stores. The reason is they work. You've worked very, very hard to build what you've got. Do not let the bad guys just come in and destroy it. IPS will provide you standing guards. If you want eyes on your property around the clock, they give that to you. If you want them to install alarms, camera systems, They do that as well. There's a state-of-the-art facility they've got monitoring those cameras 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It all raises the level of security around your home and your business. So who is watching your home when you're not there? My house? It's IPS. I suggest it for you as well. Call them, see what they can do for you. 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420. Online at ipsglobal.com. Passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies. The 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Apologize. And you want a fake apology? You know, he said, I learned, we all make mistakes, and I learned a lot from this. This was in a podcast in June of this year. He was on a podcast. What was the podcast? I'm not even sure what it was. But On 3 Rivals has this story. And he was asked about it. Diego Pavia was asked about the incident at the indoor facility. He said, I lived in New Mexico my whole life, so I wanted to play against the Lobos. First year, I was in and out of the lineup with this other kid. The only game I did not get to play in was against the Lobos. So the next year, I was like, this is my money game. Before the year, so I'm like in the summer, he says, I and it's in parentheses, urinated on their logo, midfield of their indoor. Before the game, no one said anything about it. They were using it as fuel, and they thought they were going to beat us and use it against me after. Anyway, we went in there, wiped them out, and their head coach was all sad and stuff. But I really had something against them because they didn't recruit me either out of JUCO, and I won a national championship, and they were still losing. So it was like a real-life beef with the coaches. That was what he said. And so the co-host of the podcast, former NFL linebacker Will Compton, asked him, what was your thought process? He said there was no thoughts. I was not thinking. It was just bleep these guys. That was his quote. And he said one of his buddies, he was there with 3 other buddies. Somebody had it on Snapchat, and they took it off, and not in time. So look, if you want to hold it again, I get it. I'm beyond it. But again, I don't have the emotional tie, JJ, that a lot of people do. So,
yeah, I think it's one where it was absolutely disrespectful, no way to spin it, whether you like the team or not. And do I think that's kind of like a stain on him? I do, but is it something where I'm not going to vote for him for Heisman? No, he was on my Heisman ballot. Is it something where I'm not going to acknowledge the way he plays? Not at all. Like, dude gets it done on the football field.
Yeah. All right, I don't even think it's a stain much. I mean, again, it's a stain in Albuquerque.
Yeah,
and nationally, it's a little blip of the story. Did you say Brian or Ryan? Brian, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. What's up, Brian?
Hey guys, yeah, I'm a graduate from UNM, and I don't hold any ill feelings. You know, it was in the heat of competition. The young man made a dumb decision, and he wasn't doing it to, spite or put in the face of all of us here in Albuquerque. He was upset with that coaching staff for not giving him a chance. I mean, that's where it came from. To me, it's old hat, it's old news. What this young man has gone on and done with his football career, it's undeniable. Look at the numbers. People want to hold something like that against him. How do they feel about what Dave Bliss did? How many people backed Dave Bliss? So, everybody can throw stones, but at some point you got to get over it. He did it because he was mad at the coaches of UNM for not recruiting him. Yeah. It worked out in the long run for him better.
Absolutely.
That's all I got.
Appreciate you, Brian. And again, for those of you who are waiting for an apology, do you want an insincere apology? He's not sorry. He explained why he did it, and he feels a certain way. You don't have to appreciate it. I'm not going to tell you how a guy feels is right or wrong. It's interesting, though. I'm glad we're getting this response today because I'm really interested where you guys all are on this. Have you gotten past it? Can you look at a guy from New Mexico sitting on the Heisman stage with a little bit of pride? Or is it just, gosh, I can't believe that guy is it? Because I got to believe if this was, let's just say Luke Weissel, right? Cleveland High School, went here, then went to Arizona, and I get it. I mean, I understand the career. But if somebody like that was sitting on the stage, I got to believe that, man, the news crews would have sent crews to cover it in New York and the whole ceremony. And I mean, at least back when I was doing news, that's how we would have done it. I know that. But it's an interesting one with Diego. All right, James, Bruin James, you're on the Sports Animal. What's up, James?
Hey, good morning, guys. Thank you for having me on. Really, yesterday I wanted to cover everything, but there's a lot of stuff going right now in sports right now. And then the big thing is these schools that are opting out of these bowl games because of their coaches or whatever. You know, they're in a transitional period or whatever. But nobody, I hear all this stuff, but nobody's talking to the seniors who are playing their last game. That's right. You know, who are going to maybe never play football ever again. You know, and nobody's talking to these guys and saying, "Hey, do you want to play?" Or maybe they did and they didn't want to. I don't know. But the thing is these athletic directors and these, I call them friends of the program or whatever, and they don't want their team to play because of of whatever, of politics. But anyway, the thing is, it really, nobody, you don't hear about it. Is anybody talking to the seniors? Anybody talking to these, because I tell you right now, any bowl game that I can go to, I will go. The New Mexico Bowl, I would be there with bells on. Who knows what I might, find in Albuquerque. I might find a recruit, or I might find a kid on the fence or something like that from Arizona or Utah, and they come down to Albuquerque and watch the game. It's advertisement. Get out there. There's no such thing as what was the thing? There's no such thing as bad advertisement or something like that, and just get out there. And but it kind of upset me. So
I get it, man.
You guys have a good one.
Thanks. Look, that, obviously, and you know I have feelings on that. And they're the teams that are pulling out of bowl games. It's gonna be interesting to see where this goes with that, and there'll be a lot of discussion and why. And you're hearing a lot of players say, "I wanted to play. I wanted to play." We got more on Diego from you. We're going to get into Lobos and BCU, what Notre Dame's athletic director had to say about the process as well. I think there's breakfast downstairs. It's like building breakfast day or something. It's the opening drive. He's J.J. Buck. I'm Jeff Sabieta, 95.9 FM. An AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient. They're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained.
9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
All right, good conversation on the Heisman Trophy candidates. It's Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love. It's the quarterback from Indiana, Fernando Mendoza. Ohio State's quarterback Julian Sain. Diego Pavia from Vanderbilt, and of course the New Mexico ties at Volcano Vista, New Mexico Military Institute, and at New Mexico State. And Dan called in and said he never apologized. And so, I'm trying to get there, but, and I said, do you want a fake apology? This other Dan just says, reply to Dan, Jeffrey and Juan Jose, what is there to apologize for? If some folks don't like if some folks like Dan got their feathers ruffled, it's their problem, not Diego Pavia's. I got texts, and you can get in at 505-246-0610. This is from, I don't know who it's from 4486. I play poker at a local establishment along with other armchair quarterbacks. We're in agreement that Danny Gonzalez didn't recruit Pavia because his assistant coaches played against him in high school. They mistook his confidence for conceit. All Pavia wanted was to be a Lobo. These decisions ended up being the best pathway for Diego. There may be some truth to that. I don't know that it was an ability thing. I think it was, a perceived character issue.
Guess what? They're not wrong. If they wanted a certain type of player, maybe they overlooked the talent because of the character. That was their choice, man.
And Diego ended up pretty good.
Yeah. And it worked out. And I will say, though, this whole thing on the logo thing, it didn't hold me back from voting for Diego Pavia. I still respect what he did out on the field, but it's also not just a nothing burger when you're the starting quarterback of a college football team. It's not, you're going to jail or you don't deserve an opportunity, but it's a little more than you're just a high school kid doing a prank.
I'm going to tell you now, I think it's a blip on his story.
Well, it only resonates here.
That's right.
It does not resonate nationally.
Yeah, and that's why I'm asking, how do we feel here? Because I think if this was the majority of young men who played football in Albuquerque that were going to be on the stage in New York for the Heisman Trophy as a finalist, I think this town would be going nuts and the celebration would be bonkers. But this is the reason that it's muted. Mud says the P incident with Pavia and the Lobos logo will forever be etched in the minds and hearts of Lobo fans. But I think he has the pride of Albuquerque, way of the South Valley, where he is really from. We are proud. I didn't expect that from Mud. I didn't expect Mud to tell me we are proud. Okay? So you're over it in some respect. Not over it, but see past it. Okay. All right, 505-246-0610. Edward, what says you? You are on the Sports Animal. Good day, sir.
Good day. I'm proud of Mud. Mud, if you're listening, I'm a fan of your takes, even though they may be diametrically opposed at times to mine. But I value all perspectives, and the growth process is good for all of us. So nicely done. Hey, the Notre Dame situation, there's a phrase that uses when people are smug or think they're above. It's called the hubris of the defeated. It was a line in A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe when he was brilliant, but he lost it like a chess game, and he couldn't understand why. Jeff, you and I graduated in 1988. I'm assuming you graduated in 88. I graduated in 1988. That was Notre Dame's last championship. You think the Cowboys are in a bad run for 30 years. We're coming up on 4 decades. This isn't the 1950s with leather helmets and win one for the Gipper and New Rockne and Paul Hornung, who cheated and won the Heisman. Notre Dame, you're not bigger than the sport. And they're not the only team that opted out. I understand, and there's variables, right? But you're not bigger than the sport. And I think there's been years where you've been let in where you didn't rightfully deserve it. So I don't have a problem with the Notre Dame, whole whatever they got going on in the country. But sometimes you got to look in the mirror and you're not what you think you are, right? And you're coming up on 38 years without a national championship, and they've been competitive, and they've played in a couple of championship games, and it's not to disparage or demean what they've done and honor their past. But the past is there for a reason, right? So get over yourselves. And whatever they came out with a statement where our focus is on our 12th national championship, it may be another 38 years before you win another one. So I meant to mention this yesterday, but it slipped. Briefly on Pavia, and I'm going to preface this with saying these aren't my words. It's a friend of mine that lived here for several years and was very successful in this community, and he lives in the Wake Forest. He works for Wake Forest now. And we text, and he says, one of the issues that people are struggling with Pavia is there's a ghetto component. Again, not my words, his words.
Okay.
There's a ghetto component that the nation doesn't know, or people don't know how to handle it. I think sometimes people are struggling with Diego because they like the success, but they don't want to be associated with those behaviors. Well, I've mentioned before, in this community, right, a great community, and I'm proud that I live here, and it's been great for me and my family. There is a component of, there's a roughness to it. I'm using euphemisms here, guys. There's a roughness to it, and Diego and his family celebrate it, and it's on the national stage. And even though he's highly successful and he should win the Heisman, I think there's a component where people are like, really, we don't want that to be a reflection of us. And I think they're kind of struggling with it. But I will say, if the shoulder pads and helmet fit, then you got to wear them. Have a delightful day.
There's roughness in a lot of places. There's roughness that are celebrated in a lot of places or looked down on. I mean, you look at some of the characters who have come from wherever, right? Some of the great players who have been characters, and Diego's a character. And I say that with all the respect that it should have. And being a character has made him what he is. He's a tough as nails football player. He's a character. He says things. That's why the media flocks to him and puts a mic in front of his face. He's a character, and that's great. And then the family aspect is there. But JJ, there's been plenty of other athletes who have what's the word he just used? A roughness or whatever. I mean, go down the list of athletes over the years and where they came from in their backgrounds. There's people that come from way harsher backgrounds than Diego.
That is correct.
There's plenty of gang stories and murder stories and drug stories, and I mean, and maybe there's a part of that's the charm. Maybe there's the perception is, and I think his story is going to be told this week more than ever.
West Side.
Well, but it is. I mean, it's going to be told when they do a full deep dive interview and background on all 4 of the finalists when they do the Heisman show.
It almost feels though at times like it's with what we see now of where they're at. Where Diego's at and his family, like they're almost playing it up, like they want to be this thing.
And maybe,
like
they should get their own reality show on E or something, right?
Like things are pretty good for you in Nashville right now.
Look, man, it all worked out for them pretty well. Whether you think he was snubbed by New Mexico or not, and I know he does. I think JJ, you're probably right. He probably isn't in this position if he ends up at UNL because he's not with Jerry Kill. Jerry Kill made sure that he brought him to Vanderbilt. I mean, the convergence of circumstances that got him to this point, and this young man absolutely capitalized on everything and made the best of them, and it's on him. But, I use an expression, and I don't come from means, okay? My background is, we didn't have money when I was growing up, man. It was a struggle, okay? Not that I'm rich now, because I'm not. But I use a term, JJ, that, and I do believe this is the truth. I say nobody ever gave me anything but a chance. And Diego got a chance. He was given chances. And if it was Jerry Kill, then God bless Jerry Kill. And Diego took advantage of his chances and created what he has created. And I hope he's handling it well. I hope he's got good advice. I hope that there's some money that's being put away for the future. Because now I believe, I also believe this. I believe Diego's going to be a personality, whether he plays in the National Football League or any other football league. I believe Diego has created himself a path that he will be a personality for years to come in some sort of medium, whether that's in television, whether it's in pods, whether it's Diego Pavia. I used to think he's going to disappear like that after this year. He's not.
Oh, he'll be a media personality as well, for sure.
Yeah.
With the podcast world and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And so he's taken the chance. Somebody gave him a chance. Nimi gave him a chance. Jerry Kill at New Mexico State gave him a chance. Vanderbilt and Jerry and Clark Lee bought into it because he trusts Jerry Kill. And Clark Lee, I mean, look, man, Diego Pavia made Clark Lee a lot of money, the head coach at Vanderbilt, right? Made him a lot of money. But Clark Lee, gave Diego Pavia a chance. And the young man has absolutely capitalized and taken advantage of that chance and performed at every step. And he is a legend at 3 schools, Nimi, New Mexico State, and Vanderbilt. He is the highest profile college football player in America, period. If you go down the street, ask people, not just in Albuquerque, New Mexico, go ask, hey, who are the 4 finalists for the Heisman Trophy? If anybody can name anyone, it's going to be Diego Pavia. So give the young man his flowers for what he's done. If you're holding, the incident against him, cool, I guess. And I would argue that's on you. It's your prerogative. I'm not going to tell you how to feel. But I sense a little bit of pride in Albuquerque, New Mexico, that there's going to be a young man on the stage in New York as a finalist for the highest profile award, maybe in American sport. What do they call the MVP in the NFL? Do you know? What do they call the best player in the NBA? Do you know? But you know what they call the best player in college football? They call it the Heisman. There's a whole television campaign about the Heisman House for Dr. Pepper. Or Toyota. I'm sorry, it's Toyota. Or it's Nissan, isn't it? I don't even know what the hell it's for. But it's a hell of a campaign.
Pretty good.
Yeah, they don't have the NFL MVP house, do they? And there's a young man from Albuquerque, New Mexico, who played at Volcano Vista, who represents your state. Whether you like it or not, that dude's going to be on stage, and he damn well may win the Heisman Trophy. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView.
Presented by Hyenas Comedy Nightclub.
All right, let's go to you. Continuing the conversation, Diego Pavia is going to be on the stage, a finalist in New York for the Heisman Trophy. Volcano Vista High School, New Mexico Military Institute, New Mexico State, Vanderbilt, New York City. Ben, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. What's up, Ben?
Good morning. Thank you for taking my call. I was just going to say, as a kid that's born and raised here in New Mexico in Albuquerque and going to high school in Albuquerque, if you told me when I graduated high school that in 20 years a kid from Albuquerque possibly could win the Heisman Trophy, I would tell you you lost your mind. So if there's people that are from Albuquerque that don't think this is pretty cool, I don't know what's wrong with you. And one other thing, in regard to Diego Pavia, I think he has a very good chance of winning the Heisman. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work with the voting and everything, but I guess they made people watch, for the voting. Usually the votes had to be in a week before the conference championship game, if that's correct. And now this year they had to come in on Sunday.
Well, hold on. Yeah, Ben.
Correct?
Yeah, Ben. JJ's a voter, so
that is not correct. They just shortened the time you had to vote. Usually there was like a longer period of time where you could vote, and so the window was shorter. So it opened on Saturday and it closed Sunday night. It was just a shorter time frame.
Cool. But one thing I was going to say, just his rise up the Heisman from the beginning of the year, he wasn't even mentioned. Like, he probably could have bet him at Bet MGM or anything.
Yeah.
So just his rise, if you got him early and he wins, best of luck to you. Thank you for taking my call.
Appreciate you, Ben. Francisco, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. What's up, Francisco?
Hey, good morning, guys. You know, the great thing about Pavia being there, Mendoza being there, Hispanic's going to win the Heisman.
Good chance
So,
and
that's
good probability.
pretty dang awesome.
Yeah, I was
And
thinking of that yesterday as I was watching the whole thing come down, and I'm like, there's a real probability. I don't know what was the last Hispanic that won the Heisman.
Yeah, so that's pretty dang awesome. I pull for him. You know, people say stuff, but to me, it's like he's a young man. You know, he's just living his life, and he's got pretty good moxie. And as far as the Lobos, now Coach Eck is on the map, people. But you know what? That means New Mexico's on the map too.
That's right.
So, one day he'll leave, but guess what? He's going to leave. He's already done an amazing job. The only coach who's done a better job than him is the IU coach.
Yeah, Cignetti's been great.
Really turned around our program, and you guys worry about Eck leaving. Worry about Fernando Lobo leaving, because this guy has picked some winners. And one more thing, Fernando Lobo, get us a new women's basketball coach so women's basketball can be relevant again.
Didn't they just win down the road at the Big 12 place the other day? Didn't they?
They did.
Are they 7-3?
They're 7-3.
Is Bradbury? I mean, he's kind of having quietly a pretty decent run, isn't he?
They've raised expectations this season. They are expecting a lot. Do you think they have a team that will compete in the Mountain West this year?
Who'd they lose to?
Colorado, Texas Tech, and Cincinnati.
I mean, all power schools. Colorado, Texas Tech, Cincinnati, right?
Yeah,
all power schools, and then...
And, Cincinnati is one that stung, and you saw them respawn. The Cincinnati's a team that they can beat. They didn't get it done in Florida, but they came back on the road at Arizona, and they were better than the Wildcats right now. And this is what you want to see from that program is, even against power conference teams, the ones that you have the ability to beat, go do it. And they did it on the road against Arizona and have an opportunity to, back it up against Houston, a team that they should be favored against on Saturday night.
I thought that was a pretty odd place for him to come. That surprised me where he was going with that. I will get back to you on that if you got more thoughts on Diego Pavia being on the stage. He's a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. A Volcano Vista grad will be right there on your national TV and maybe win the biggest award in college football and maybe the most famous award in sports. You can get in on that, 505-246-0610. Got a sweet deal for you right now. And welcome, Rachel. You are, it's great to have you here. Skin and Soul is our sweet deal today. It's going to go live on our website, sportsanimалabq.com, and go there at 9 o'clock. And for $75, you get $150 over there for chemical peels. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Good to see you this morning.
Thank you.
So Michelle came in earlier and said, okay, make sure that this is for chemical peels. And I sit here going, all right, that's really cool. I'm not going to tell you I absolutely know what a chemical peel means. What is a chemical peel? And why are like a bunch of guys out there listening saying, why do I want a chemical peel?
They probably need it the most.
Yeah, right.
So what it does is it removes a buildup of dead skin cells that are, they're dead skin. They need to come off.
Yep.
Our body needs to shed or exfoliate dead skin every month. So it's ideal for somebody to have this type of a service if they haven't done anything in quite a while. What it's going to do is going to help to restore the texture to a smoother texture. It helps with fine lines, wrinkles, discoloration, any small bumps or lesions on the skin. Yeah, so it's
Is that why you looked at me that time and said, I know your plan?
I usually do look at people and I'll give a small consultation in my mind.
Yeah. Well, this is Albuquerque's premier med spa for skincare. If maybe, here we are at the holidays and you're looking for a gift and they do permanent makeup. There's over 14 years of experience out there. And so you unwrap self-care and gorgeous skin for the holidays. Where are you guys located?
We are located off of Coors and in between St. Joseph and Sequoia.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. And again, just to remind everybody, the holidays are coming up. Christmas, New Year, you want to look your best, get a chemical peel. We have one for everybody. So we have 6 different ones that we could actually customize to suit anybody's skin type.
What's the process on a chemical peel? How long does it take?
It takes about 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
We cleanse the skin and degrease it, which is washing and getting all the oils off of it.
Yeah.
We use a toner to prep the skin, and then we apply the professional chemical peel product, which is a blend of acids that break down the
You
dead
just
skin.
freaked a bunch of people out. So
I
explain
know.
that to them.
I know. And most of them are alpha hydroxy acids and beta hydroxy
Okay.
acids, so they're very gentle on the skin. Most of them are fruit derived, and they're enzymes that break down dead skin. So they're blendable. Some of them are a little bit higher strength that have, it's called trichloroacetic acid, and I don't want to, nobody's going to know what that is.
Right. Do you?
TCA, yeah. Yeah, TCA or trichloroacetic acid is a stronger acid that will.
So how do you decide? You look at somebody, you discuss with them, what do you want? You look at their skin, you say, here's what I suggest. There's 6 different peels that we could do, and this is the one that I think is right for you.
Absolutely. We ask them what their goal is. What do they want? What do they want to target, and what's most important to them? And then we also ask them if they have skin sensitivities or if they've ever had a professional service in the past. And then we kind of get an idea of where, of what level of strength that we should use. But we also gauge their sensitivity with everybody. We put on the lightest one first just to see how their skin reacts, and then we bump them up. We could do the max layers as 4 layers.
Fellas, don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah, this is one of those things. And when I met Rachel earlier this year, she was telling me about some of these things, and I did like you did. Well, I'm like, whoa. And she talked me through it, and I haven't been over there for the service yet. But it's one of those things where guys here, you're going to put acid on my face and you're going to do it. No, I'm good. And you go, yeah, no, dude, you got a mirror. You're not good. Like take care of this stuff and work on it. And I mean, it's really, it's a health thing too.
It really is. And, skin has always been in, but it has never been so popular on like social medias and people actually just saying out loud, like, hey, I go and get services here, and now more people are wearing that as like a badge, like, hey, I go to Skin and Soul, I love it.
I got way more buddies who are like, yeah, dude, I did something with my skin, and fellas, it pays off. I'm just gonna say it works for you. They also, not only do they do this, so the sweet deal is good for the chemical peel, but also over there at Skin and Soul, they've got facials and microneedling and permanent makeup for brows and lips and eyeliners for your ladies, and however you want to do it. All right, the number if you want to schedule a consultation is 505-818 5663. Your website is?
It is www.skin.
I didn't mean to make you think. Sorry.
And soul.glossgenius.com.
What was the last part?
It's really
Skin and
long.
Soul.
Glossgenius.com.
All right.
That will take you directly to the scheduling portal, pricing.
Google Skin and Soul.
Google Skin and Soul. That's the easiest way.
All right. Good luck with this. Again, it's your sweet deal. It goes on sale at 9 o'clock on our website, sportsanimalabq.com. You get $150 worth to spend over at Skin and Soul on the chemical peel for just $75. There's only 45 available, so they're going to go really quick. Hit the website, sportsanimalabq.com at 9 o'clock. Click on the Sweet Deal logo and enjoy wonderful, smoother, cleaner, better skin. Rachel, great to see you. Have happy holidays.
You too. Thank you so much.
It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Brought to you by Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of worth, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way.
Those of you who want to go out and support them, and those of you who don't. Like Dan just said, how would you feel if you pissed on your porch? You'd feel differently. I would, but he didn't piss on my porch. Like, I get it. For those of you who are upset about it and can't get over it, I'm not mad at you. I get it. I don't have that emotional tie that you do. I'm not telling you what he did was great. By the way, who's the last Hispanic to win the Heisman? I believe it was Jim Plunkett in 1970. His parents were Mexican American. In fact, both of his parents, they were born in New Mexico. His mom was from Santa Fe. His dad was from Albuquerque. They moved to San Jose when he was a kid. Both of his parents were blind. But Jim Plunkett, his parents were from New Mexico. I believe he was the last Hispanic to win the Heisman, and now you've got Fernando Mendoza and Diego Pavia as the two favorites. And this is 55 years later. Travis, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Travis.
Good morning, fellas.
What's happening?
Listen, JJ is right. If he wins the Heisman, throw that kid a parade. But I'll get there in about 30 seconds. I got to tell you, there were so many interesting stories from over the weekend that it's really hard to know where to go, right? Lobos, huge win for the program, needed that. And I think we all saw what happened with the net, the amount that win bumped them up. But that's not where I'm going. Here's where I'm at. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter of the Knicks Magic game. Bridges gets the steal, passes it up to OG, who gets blocked at the rim, and Baines, with the play of the season, rebounds the ball and fires it
right
at OG, who is laying out of bounds. Like, that whole play took me back to elementary school basketball, like back to the pickup basketball games at Johnson Gym. I just know that Baines, launched that ball at Oj and said to him, "Hey, you dropped this." I literally almost cried. I was laughing so hard. I just literally could not stop watching it. And now the NBA hits that guy who provided us maybe one of the most entertaining plays of the season thus far for $35,000. When in actuality, the NBA should write that man a check for all of the pub he generated for the NBA by bringing us all back to our childhood, when Junior would fire the basketball right at your junk just before falling out of bounds. Great moment, one of the all-time moments in NBA this year. But we did start talking about Pavia, and I want to head back there. Can I just say, Jeff, what the hell are you talking about, Edward? What behaviors? The all of the junk and the mess with his brother, how does that have anything to do with him? You know, one of the great things about this family is that they celebrate their son and they follow him everywhere. They support him. And every one of us who has grown up, who was born and raised in this community in New Mexico, knows how unique the culture is here. And let's be honest, people who are not from here don't understand our culture. Shit, they barely know we are a state. I lived in D.C.
Yeah. Oh, I missed that. All right, you got it? All right. Yeah, sorry. You got to keep it clean. I know where you're going, and I appreciate the passion. But you got to watch your language. His point was, and it's a fair point, and that's what's so intriguing about Diego and this family. Everybody's got a different perspective. This is a really good one. Here is a family that is supporting this young man. They're traveling the country. Yeah, they go to Nashville. Yeah, it's a great place to go to. Nashville's great. But they were in cruises too. But they're traveling and supporting their dude. Are they living a life on it? Hell yes, they are. Good for them. But his point is, here, and I think where he was going with this, in a state where you talk about absent parents and families, here's a family that's together and supporting this young man, and they're out there, and there's, as he was alluding to, there's a beauty to that. He's not wrong. He's absolutely not wrong. However you guys are going to perceive this is okay. Where'd this one go? Did I lose it? Oh, it's over here. This person on the text line, 7339. What about his wrestling incident where his whole family attacking the Berlin fence and then following them down and waiting in the parking lot? No one ever mentions that. Look, it's all part. It's not the headline anymore because it was 6-7 years ago. Yeah, all that stuff gets mentioned. It's all part of the story. It's all out there. Nobody's running from it. And again, I'm not telling you how you should feel about the game. That's really what this conversation was. I'm wondering how you do feel about it. This isn't the Brady Bunch, man. It's not. And so how do you, bottom line is, this is a family from Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is a family and a young man, more so the young man, but the family is part of the story now. That is from this community, that is going to be in the national spotlight more than ever on Saturday afternoon in New York City. And he may win the Heisman Trophy. And that really the conversation is, how do you feel about it? And I'm not telling you you're right or wrong. One guy says, you know what, he peed on our logo and he never apologized, and I can't get over that. And how would you feel if he pissed on your porch? I get it. You're mad, and you can't get past it. Cool. I'm not mad at it. Somebody else says get over it, and he's from here, and I'm proud of him. And somebody else said, look at the work ethic, and he's a winner. And I'm not going to tell you you're right or wrong. How you feel. I'm just kind of curious, JJ. That's really what this exercise has been about. How do you feel about the reality that this young man, who is a hell of a football player and may be rewarded and called the best in the land, he's one of the 4 best according to the Heisman voters, and you're one of them. How do you feel about that guy representing New Mexico and Albuquerque and being on that stage? How do you feel about him? That's really what this exercise is about. And there's no right, there's no wrong. However it is you feel, I'm just really curious where this community is. Because I believe in many other cases, this would be a gigantic deal. And maybe it will be by the time the weekend hits, JJ. It's Tuesday. And
we'll pick up momentum.
You think so?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe it will be by then. But that's what this exercise is. It's not for me to preach at you and tell you what you should feel. And I don't think you're doing that either. I'm just kind of curious where everybody's at. And it's interesting to hear people respond. All right. Ronnie says, Jeff, looking forward to these Let New Mexico Bowl. Thanks for bringing SDSU so I can boo them one last time. Go North Texas. You're welcome.
Strong angle.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Lobo Hobos in, whoa, JJ, whoa. Jeff, the Lady Wildcats, Arizona, are 253 RPI. You prefer the net? They're 185. This is the same caliber of Winner McHale as it would have been in the past.
No one's saying it is, man. But you got to start somewhere. The way people reacted when the Lobos beat UCLA on the football field, this is no different. It could be just a headline, a springboard like that.
Kind of is the same thing, huh?
Yeah. Now you got to back it up and win some games. But they're not trying to hide that. These are teams that they put Arizona on the schedule. They have a first-year coach. Now, I don't think anyone expected Adia Barnes to leave that program and take the SMU job, but she did. Yeah, things change, man, but you should go out there and win these games then. And if you win them, you shouldn't then be talked down to.
Because the same guy would be killing you if you didn't win.
Yeah.
And by the way, probably games you lose in the past. I mean, when you scheduled the game, you thought it was going to be, a big-time game. Like, what you got? Houston, Texas Tech, Cincinnati, and Arizona? I mean,
Colorado. Yeah.
You might as well be playing the Big 12.
5 Big 12 opponents.
Yeah. This everybody screamed and cried. You never play anybody. You beat one of them or 2 of them?
Just one so far.
You haven't played Tech yet.
Cincinnati stings. That's
the one you could have had in that high school gym.
Yeah.
HB said injuries. Jeff, it's just so hard to predict a season because of the impact of injuries. Lobo football is 9-3 because they stayed healthy. They'll basically have the same 2 deep. Well, not really. For Minnesota as they had against Michigan. How many years in the OD we were hoping B.R. Holbrook could make it through a game because the emergency backup was flashing? We're wondering who was available on the bench because it looked like Cole Ouchie or Tavaka was going to be out that way. No, that was 6-7 years. I mean, how many times? Like literally every time Bob Davey came on Monday was who's your quarterback. Cole Ouchie was hurt. Tavaka was hurt all the time. And again, nothing. I mean, dudes get hurt. But he's not wrong. You protected your quarterback. Dude's tough as nails. Not that those guys weren't. And yeah, you stayed relatively for a football team healthy. Austin Brawley was out for a while. He came back at the end, made a big difference on defense. Jackson X stayed healthy. Lane stayed healthy. Most of your offensive line stayed healthy, right? Yeah, that's part of how seasons go. I mean, ask the Eagles why they're not running the football as well. Because their offensive line's beat to hell, right?
Well, Lane Johnson's out.
You know,
they have a losing record without Lane Johnson in life.
It's what football is, man. How can you stay healthy and then how do you perform? All right, I want to get into college football stuff. The Notre Dame ouster, the screaming that you got to change the college football playoff because you got James Madison and Tulane are in. Your thoughts on that? I've got some as well. 505-246-0610 is how to get in today. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of worth, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we're the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to
Where you been having the conversation? Okay. I think he's going to finish runner-up. Okay, that's where I think. The odds tell you that. The current odds have Fernando Mendoza as the favorite at minus 2,500. Diego is the second betting choice at plus 1,200. Love at plus 40,000, and Julian Sam at plus 50,000. So it feels like it's down to Fernando Mendoza and Diego, and a lot of people, JJ, and you're a voter, felt that Fernando Mendoza won it when they beat Ohio State the other day.
I think it'll come down to Mendoza and Pavia 1 and 2. I do. I think Pavia, outside of, if you're just looking at putting a stamp on the resume of winning a conference championship, he has the best resume of the players, of just straight up the passing yardage, touchdowns, the rushing total, just under 900 yards, 9 rushing TDs, just how he elevated that offense. And he had a statement game, and I think it's weird sometimes when the final rankings come out and then those are the ranked teams you beat. Well, Vandy destroyed Tennessee and dropped them out of the rankings and was penalized for beating them that bad, essentially, because they didn't have a ranked win. Another one on the resume. And it's just like, okay, but I watched him run up and down the field. I think those guys are going to be the top 2 for sure.
So this text from 8835, Diego Pavia and his family are not people to be celebrated or have pride in. Their conduct on several occasions has been embarrassing and feeds into the negative stereotypes that plague the city. He is not a positive. He's what's wrong with Albuquerque. Being good at football doesn't buy him a pass. He also has no shot to win. Saying he does is disingenuous. Does any? I mean, is
he not one of the 4 finalists? Means he's got enough votes to be there.
Look, man, I just read them. Again, I preface this by saying I think Mendoza's going to win, coming off of him and that team beating Ohio State. If the dude finishes second in the voting, does that mean he had no shot to win? No. He's finished at least 4th in the voting. That's why he got invited to New York. With all due respect, and I respect your opinion, if that's how you feel about Diego and the family. Again, I'm not here to tell you how to feel when it comes to this. But to say he has a shot to win is disingenuous? Jason, you got a ballot in your hand, and you thought about, I don't know where you put him on the ballot, but you thought about putting him first, and you're a Heisman voter, right?
I had him second.
Okay. But you thought about putting him first.
Absolutely.
So it's not disingenuous at all. You may not like it, but it's not disingenuous to say he has no chance. When you're going to call me on Monday or send me a text, say, I told you he had no chance. If a dude finishes second in the voting, does he have no chance? Again, the odds are telling you Mendoza. It's leaning towards Mendoza. But with all due respect, you don't have to like my opinion or anybody else's, but to say it's disingenuous, you're flat out wrong. So that's the guy who's going to text me on Monday and when Mendoza wins and say I told you you had no chance.
And I told you so.
Right? If you finish second, did you have no chance to win? In the Heisman ballot? I mean, right, Heisman runner-up Marshall Faulk was the same thing. He didn't win the Heisman. I mean, nobody remembers who finished second every year. Who finished second last year? Any idea? I don't even remember who won it last year. Who won the
Travis
Heisman?
Hunter.
Okay. Who finished second? Cam Ward?
That
maybe?
one dude.
Cam Ward? Probably?
From Miami.
Maybe. I look, man, you don't have to like him. I'm cool. If that's your feel, I can't tell you you're wrong. But for crying out loud, to say he has no chance to win, I'll tell you you're wrong. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies. The 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell. The question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies. The 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more.
The Sports Animal. Here's Jeff Zimbiella and JJ Buck.
Well, you had a hell of a game last night, right? Felt like Thursday night, week 2, 6 years ago. Turnovers. Eagles got beat by the Chargers in overtime in Los Angeles, 22-19. You can get in on that. 505-246-0610. Email Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. And on the Twitter, it's _ JJ Buck. Adrian's producing on the TV side. You can watch the show on our Facebook page. The OD and the AM and on Xfinity Channel 26. Really interesting conversation today on the Diego Pavia thing. Look, here's the reality, and then you feel however you want. There's a young man who played high school football in Albuquerque at Volcano Vista, won a national championship at New Mexico Military Institute, went to 2 bowl games at New Mexico State, and has become a freaking legend at Vanderbilt. Okay, whether you like that or not. He also, part of the story is, yes, he urinated on the logo of the rival Lobos when he was with New Mexico State. He's brash. His family is out there making news. All these things are right. And so I've asked the question today, and JJ, the discussion is really fascinating. How do you feel about Diego? being on the stage in New York, a New Mexico kid. And I said, if he was, I really feel if this was maybe somebody different, maybe, I don't know, if kid who went to Cleveland La Cueva and played, maybe went the Lobos up to a transfer and was here, the TV stations would have crews in New York and doing a whole big thing. I do believe that.
You do?
I do. Yeah.
I don't know if that would happen.
I don't. Diego's polarized.
Well, it's almost like what are they sending crews to do? Like, I think that's
it would be stories.
It
would be following the family, and they try to get the exclusive with Diego locally, and what do people in New York think about him? And I mean, like I
think you would do that, right? If you're in that position.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that's what I used to do, and so. But it's interesting, and the views are all over the place. I just got a text. I'm listed all this, and you said it best. He got a chance and just blew it up in a great way. Bless him. He deserves it. Right? This says, I love, this is interesting. And it's interesting how you hear things. This one starts out, I love how these Diego supporters get on and paint him as a wholesome Boy Scout from Albuquerque who has this awesome family support like he was from Corrales or something, when in essence, he's the polar opposite. Last month, he went on a podcast pumping his brand, and the host brought up the UNM incident, and he said, F those guys, and laughed it off and continued with his brash. The dude won't play in the NFL, but he has a future in the WWE or something like Logan and Jake Paul. He and his family fit that narrative more than a professional sports narrative. He doesn't fit the New Mexico narrative as much as he fits the Borque narrative. He's polarizing indeed. I don't think anybody's painting him as a wholesome Boy Scout from Albuquerque. Do you?
No, I think some people are not as offended by his antics as others.
I think that's right. That's right. I mean, are they Borque? I mean, you decide whatever that means. That's what this texter says. And is that a negative connotation? And again, it's for you to decide. Some people are really proud of that.
There's
right?
sides to every city.
How did you feel about Johnny Tapia? Johnny had a background. Johnny had arrests. He had drug issues. He had domestic issues, right? But he was a world champion. Johnny was Albuquerque. He was New Mexico. I would argue he was probably Borque, right? How'd you feel about John? I mean, and I'm not telling you how to feel, please. And I appreciate this. I just don't know that I think anybody's painting him as a wholesome Boy Scout from Albuquerque. That's all. This is a great, for me anyway, this is really, really educating for me. And it's interesting to hear all the different stuff. All right, 505-246-0670. If you want to get in on it, you're welcome. I'm really, really interested in all the different angles and all the different conversations that you're having and just the different stuff. This one says, wouldn't you want someone still hating their rival even after they're gone? Look, let me on the F New Mexico thing, the UNM thing. That's how he feels, man. And we had somebody call in, Dan called in like right at the top of this conversation and said, did he ever apologize? And I've asked you, do you want an insincere apology just to make you feel better? Or so you can say he doesn't feel that way, or which PR flack wrote that, or did AI write that, right? Is that going to make people feel better? If Diego doesn't have remorse for that incident, if he feels slighted, have you ever been forced to apologize for something that you didn't feel you should have to apologize for? I see your face.
I think it's just growing up, right? Moments of being at school or whatever. I didn't do nothing. It was Billy. And it's like, it doesn't matter. Accountability.
Joseph hit me. Says, Jeff, does character play a part in the voting? I haven't heard one positive thing about his character yet. Let me ask you this. What have you heard negative about his character? I mean, if you go listen to Clark Lee, his head coach, he raves about Diego Pavi's character.
He's not getting arrested. It's his brothers. Yeah, he's saying bleep the Lobos. He's boisterous about beating his rivals. Who's not?
Johnny Manziel did the same stuff, right? I mean, that's kind of weird, right? And I don't. I mean, there was people that didn't like that. Look, Diego's brash. Diego's gonna hold back. There's not a filter. Joseph, what have you heard negative about his character? His coach, Jerry Kill, Clark Lee, the teammates, the people in Nashville, the people at that university. Now you're going to tell me, yeah, because they're winning. Okay, but if you heard a bad, like what I'll turn this back to you and help me. What have you heard negative about his character? He peed on the UNM logo. He did. And he didn't apologize. Okay, cool. That's a bad moment. I'm not sitting here defending that. I'm not telling you that.
He's a look-at-me guy. And for some people, that's character. Like, that, how you win, how you hold yourself.
Yeah.
Because, and we get there with the athletes at the very top. We nitpick them. We don't like them. You've won too much. You say this or that, the other thing. But, he's boisterous. He doesn't apologize for his stuff. But to me, that all comes in winning. Like, he's not the one that's fighting fans and getting arrested.
Crazy, man. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails coming in, and boy, quite the volume this morning, and good quality. Jeffrey JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Jeffrey, you're up. Good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. What's good, Jeffrey?
Good morning, Senor Symbieta. Congratulations on the bowl game, man. I can't make it out to Arizona to watch New Mexico because I'm on call for my facility this weekend, or that weekend, but I will be going to the New Mexico Bowl.
Beautiful.
And sitting on the side of the Mean Green, rooting for them to absolutely curb stomp and destroy San Diego State on the same field where the Lobos destroyed them on their way out the door. And that will be a good time because that North Texas team is super fun to watch.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, we got a good one. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Congratulations. That's a good get, and I think it's going to be really good. As much as we talk crap about Texas, and I won't say the S-bomb like Travis, so I'll just say crap, Travis. I think we have a relationship with some of those Texas towns that are close to us, and so I think the people that are coming to support the Mean Green are going to really enjoy the Albuquerque atmosphere and the culture and all that stuff. And that leads me into Diego, right? I don't understand why a lot of people are bringing up, like, whatever they say. It's just like, we are New Mexico. Like, we are insecure to a very large degree, and we show it by carrying these large chips on our shoulder, and that's what drives us to success. And you only need to point as far as Johnny Tapia to prove that. A multiple-time world champion that had his battles on and off the field, that kind of came from that, like, impoverished, really rough background. And we embraced that guy, as we should have, as just one of the state's most valued possessions. And so people that are kind of anti-Pavia, I get it. You're mad because he's not here. That's the only reason you're mad, because if he was here, you would embrace him and you would say, oh, it's just part of who we are and it's part of our culture, and we embrace that and we love it. And yeah, he peed on a logo, but there's a few logos I'd like to do more than pee on. So people need to get over it. The kid's from here, regardless of where he plays now. Let's embrace it and support him. And if he wins, phenomenal. He's going to get some naming rights, maybe at Volcano Vista, not UNM or any place like that, but he's local. Embrace him. And if he doesn't, celebrate the fact that he made it that far.
Appreciate you, man. I'm glad you're going to be at the bowl game on December 27th. Look, I know everybody can't get out to Phoenix, so watch the Lobo game and enjoy that, and then come on out, and we're going to throw a party the next day out at the Isleta New Mexico Bowl, which and maybe even you can do both. Get out there and come back and enjoy what we're doing, because I think we got the winners were college football fans in this, and that's a great take. I'm not going to tell you either side of your takes are wrong. How you feel is how you feel in Diego. And like I said, this whole exercise was really, I'm curious as where this community is. I got a break. I got two lines buzzing at me, two lines open. 505-246-0610. Come on back. Let's keep this discussion going on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Catch every Lobo men's basketball game.
But people weren't designed for all that doing.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies. The 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough.
All right, we got Lobo Talk tonight here on these Sports Animals, 7 o'clock tonight. Eric Olin, Robert Portnoy from the Sandia Sportsbook. 7 o'clock.
It's me, unfortunately.
Is it you today?
With
Why
head coach
unfortunate?
Mike Bradbury.
Why is that unfortunate?
Because people will be disappointed.
JJ and Bradbury tonight?
The
I
team
didn't know
is Lobo men's basketball is
that.
traveling.
That's right. They're on the road.
So have me. Yay.
Cool. Oh, that's awesome. All right. Well, there you go. JJ will be up there. All right. Anthony, you're on these Sports Animal. Thanks for holding. What's up, Anthony?
Well, hey guys, well that settles it. I'm going to do laundry tonight. I was planning on going out to the Lobo show, but since JJ's hosting it,
It seems like it's laundry night, JJ. Sorry, buddy.
Make sure you put it away.
Just a joke. I can't do that, man. Come on, you know that. Hey, so one thing on Pavia, I just wanted to call in and say, what makes people think that he's representing the city of Albuquerque and the state of New Mexico? The kid is representing Vanderbilt University and himself. So I don't know why people are putting all this pressure on him, like he needs to be out there promoting Albuquerque and promoting New Mexico. All he has to do is worry about himself and Vanderbilt University. And I think he's done a damn good job at that.
Yeah, Anthony, I would argue that you can represent more than one thing at one time.
Yeah,
and
you're not representing LA. You're from LA.
No, you're right. You're right.
JJ's representing Denver. JJ has to be on his best behavior all the time, or people in Denver. You guys are public figures. You're not representing that.
You're right.
That's just a title that individuals give you who have no right to give it to you, because I'm not representing Albuquerque when I go to Vegas and act a fool in my younger days.
Or last week.
Be careful, better behave in case somebody sees me doing something. And so this, first of all, people get over that, right? I mean, and the second thing is, I think the guy who said doesn't have a chance to win, I believe there's like 13 to 15,000 Division I college football players out there, and 4 are going to be sitting on that Heisman stage tonight. So, yeah, he has a damn good chance to win. And let me tell you why he has a damn good chance to win. Because he's not representing Albuquerque, New Mexico. He's representing the SEC. And there's a lot of bias out there that believe that SEC football is the best brand in the country, and it might be. So there's going to be a lot of people saying that if he could put up those numbers in that league against that competition, that he deserves to win. So I think it's going to be closer than people think between him and Mendoza from Indiana, because I don't even think a lot of writers are going to give Indiana the respect that they deserve, because it's a basketball school. So he's going to have a shot. So I'm looking forward to that and seeing what happens tonight. I don't think he'll win it, but I think he'll finish a very close second.
Yeah, it's Saturday. It's Saturday, so you got a couple days to wait. No, I appreciate it. It's a great call, man, and I appreciate the call. So I'm going to push back a little. How do you represent someone? It's a really interesting way to look at it, and I don't think it's totally wrong. You can be representing a lot of things. Is he representing Vanderbilt? Is he representing Diego Pavia? Is he representing the SEC? Yeah, all those things. And to some respect, to people, he'll be representing New Mexico or Albuquerque. Now, how much of a part of the story will it be? It'll be a small part. Vanderbilt, SEC, Diego Pavia, way more than Albuquerque, but it'll be mentioned. And there's a lot of people who are taking pride that he is from here. So I would argue, I think he is representing, whatever that means, right? I don't even know sometimes what that means, representing. He's from here. What does represent mean in that respect? I'm not even sure I know.
That's interesting. You know, he mentioned me in Denver. You know, I grew up in Denver, but I was born in New Mexico. I've lived here the majority of my life. Graduated high school, college in New Mexico. But it's one of those things you hear when you're talking about certain teams you like, and as you said, you get associated with it, and sometimes fairly or not.
Oh, it's a fair conversation. Robert, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. What's good, Robert?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, that's foolish to say he's not representing Albuquerque in the state of New Mexico. Every time he's on TV, they mention Albuquerque, that his ties are here in Albuquerque. His family is there at all the games. They put them on TV also and mentioned that they're from Albuquerque. But my call is really about the Pavia family, not so much Diego. I've been kind of embarrassed by the behavior of the family at those football games. I think the brothers have been arrested a couple times for drunkenness, and in fact, the announcer on TV was calling them the Pavia Mafia, and the definition of mafia is a criminal organization, so they're not putting on a very good image for our city. I just hope they can turn it around and
hey, Robert,
like adults.
When you hear,
have a good day.
Hey, are you still there?
Yeah.
When you hear the Buffalo Bills fans referred to as the Bills Mafia, does that bother you?
The Hispanic part being a mafia, you know, usually mafia members are Hispanic, Mexican. That's kind of what bothers me.
Okay, I got you.
Well, yeah. Anyway, I hope they grow up and do a good job of representing their brother, because they're on the national stage. They can't be acting like 16-year-old hoodlums. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, got it. All right. Again, the perspectives are all over the place, right?
But again, that's it. It goes back to one of the things that you've discussed, and it's Diego Pavia's brothers, not Diego Pavia.
Well, this one says, what do you mean, what have we heard about his character? All the things you said he's done. Peeing on the logo, grabbing his crotch to the other team. Did he do that?
Sure. I'd get in line with Marshawn Lynch and Baker Mayfield.
He said that's all part of the character. Wake up, quit trying to sell it already. Again, dude, I'm not mad at you for feeling. I love when people like you think I'm trying to sell something when we're having a conversation. I'm not mad. I appreciate where you're coming from, where Robert's coming from.
Dude, Diego Pavia is the ultimate. If he's on your team, you love him. If he's not, you hate him. Athlete.
Right. And this guy's the ultimate. If you believe what I believe, I love you. And if you don't totally buy in, I hate you. Like, I'm not selling anything, man.
But in this case, for me, like, I didn't look at my Heisman finalists and go, what is their character? How do they handle themselves after a win?
This one says, Jeff, the difference between Johnny Tapia and Diego is this. Johnny was sorrowful. Johnny was very human. Johnny asked for forgiveness. Johnny went as far and asked you to pray for it. Diego is brash. Diego is cocky. Diego doesn't care what you, me, or anyone else thinks. Diego is entitled.
But we're
okay.
Oh, Johnny Manziel did a lot worse things than
No, he's
Diego
talking about
Pavia.
Johnny Tapia.
Oh, Tapia.
I think John. Well, that's really good. This one says Johnny. I think he's talking about Johnny Tapia.
Okay, I apologize. I was just thinking Heisman in my mind.
Yeah.
I could see that for Tapia, but after, and still, I will say he did a lot worse things than we're talking about with Diego Pavia.
Well, I'll ask you this too. Johnny Tapia certainly grew up when he got into his mid-30s and changed and became, some people would say, adult. I mean, there's a maturation process. What's Diego going to be in 5 years, 10 years? How will he be? Yeah, Diego is brash. Diego is cocky. Diego probably does not care what you, me, or anyone else thinks, as this says right here. You're right. You guys, I'm not selling anything. That's what I like to believe is the beauty of this conversation. I'm JJ and I are listening to people on both sides of this, as you've got a young man, whether you like it or not, is from New Mexico. And whether you like it or not, figure out the word represent. He'll be up there, and he's from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And he's going to be on the Heisman stage, and he's a finalist. And I firmly believe he'll be one of the top 2 vote getters, and he may win.
This feels a lot like, I'll just like when, like a LeBron James conversation. I don't like that he calls himself the king or crowns himself. Like, okay, but is the proof not in the pudding? Like, that's what we're talking about with Diego Pavia. Like, the character stuff, if you don't like his sportsmanship, that's understandable. But his family acting a certain way, his brothers being fools after the game, like, that doesn't change how I feel about Diego Pavia.
All right, I got a bunch more from you when we get back on this. One guy wants to stop talking about it, and a bunch of you want to keep reading it or keep talking about it. So I'll get your correspondence. I appreciate the conversation. I mean, obviously you don't appreciate, some of you, a view that might be different than yours. But I think it's really, that's what this whole exercise was about. See where this community is, and pretty passionate on both sides on how you feel about this young man, who is now, and whether you like it or not, the biggest name in college football. He just is, and he's going to be on the stage with the 4 finalists in New York. 505-246-0610. Keep them coming. Emails Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. How's your yard? Don't wait till spring to get your yard redone. I had LaBarge Landscape come over to the house about 3 months ago. The difference it made is astronomical. My grass was plush. My sprinklers worked. My yard was cleaned. It was a different place, and I love being in it. Even the front yard as well. You have a friend, neighbor whose yard is immaculate, whether it's the pavers, the putting green, the water feature, the way it's laid out. You want that, and you thought, well, it's fall. I'm going to wait till spring. Don't wait till spring. Call LaBarge Landscape now. Have them come over now. Everybody thinks they're going to wait till spring. What that means is you're going to get on a list, and by the time the project's done, next year's half gone. Half of the summer will be gone. Call LaBarge Landscape today. Get it done now, so when spring arrives, you don't have to wait. Don't really know what it is you want. You know you want to do something, but you're not sure. They'll come out with a design team, look at your space, and design something beautiful. If you know exactly what you want, have them come out and make it happen for you. You're going to get years of enjoyment from a landscape transformation. You're going to love this. Well, and keep this in mind. The people who get to enjoy a new landscape in the spring, those are the people who call LaBarge Landscape now. And if you just need to clean up during the fall, like leaf cleanup, pruning of the shrubs, LaBarge Landscape does that as well. Go online, look at their website. It's LaBarge, L-A-B-A-R-G-E, LaBargeLandscape.net. Look at the photo gallery. You'll see the beautiful projects they've done. And then call them at 505-345-3000. Area code 505-345-3000. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge Landscape.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of worth, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies. The 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient.
EQ.com.
It's really interesting, man. This one says there are plenty of UNM athletes and UNM fans to say they say FNMSU. What's the difference? Kenny Thomas and Ned James have said it. When it's UNM, the pot or the kettle are different. UNM's the only okay with it because it suits them. Well, they didn't pee on the logo. You know, give them that. Hey, Mike. Good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. What's good, Mike? Hold on. Let me get the button. There you go. What's up, Mike? Hello, Mike. All right, Mike, be gone. I got another one. Where'd this one go? I lost that one on Diego. All right. Good morning, fellas. Yeah, Diego's cocky and brash towards certain people. However, that's just the way he is. Toppy back in the day was, and still to this day in 2025. Wait, in 2025, a totally different cat. Quit comparing the two. It's just bad karma. You do you, and please take Jeff's end of the show to heart. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. Look, man, however you feel, I'm good with it. It's polarizing, and that was the whole point of this exercise today. How do you feel? All right, let's kick the curb here a little bit and turn the corner. New Mexico United had a wonderful season. Got to the Western Conference final of the USL Championship. They've got a lot going on between Giving Tree at the holidays, and they've got an open tryout going on. I guess the big dog is the Grand Poobah, and Ron Patel is the Poobah of just Poobah, right, of New Mexico United. Ron Patel joins us. Good morning, Ron. How you living?
I'm doing great. I don't think I've updated my business card to that one yet, but maybe I need to do so.
What's the business card say? Is it like president and something, or what is it?
Some boring stuff, yeah.
I always figured, Trevisani was Grand Poobah and you were Poobah. I mean, I can elevate you to Grand. I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right.
We'll figure it out. It's the off season.
Yeah. What's going on with you guys? You got open trials coming on?
Yeah, so tryouts are coming out in January. We want to give everyone a fair chance from the region, and each year there's always been at least one, I think, from tryout that's been invited to the preseason, see if they can compete for a contract, and it's a real opportunity. So it's a lot of fun.
So if people are interested in that, what do they need to do? Where do they need to go? Get ready to sign up, because I know it's coming up in January.
Yeah, just on our website, NewMexicoUTD.com. If they want to try out for the team, it's on there. And then this, a weekend after this, we're doing our summer camp for the kiddies. It's always a fun one. We get to do it over on the turf field, and we have United players and coaches and staff out there, and kids get a full experience. And they also get a ticket to the home opener that'll be hopefully in March. We should have our schedule pretty soon here.
Where will that be?
That's part of the camp too.
Where will the camp be?
It's over at Kramer Fields, near the airport, like Gibson and University area.
And I guess that's on New Mexico UTD as well. People can sign up there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun. We don't just shut down in the off season. We like to stay active in the community. We've been doing our holiday tour around the state. We've been to, I think, 10 different cities around the state, just spreading cheer and holiday cheer and doing stuff for kids, and everything's free whenever we do this holiday tour thing, which has been fun. And then we just wanted to do a camp opportunity for kids if they're looking for something to do on the weekends. And so this one is a camp coming up weekend after this.
That'll be the 20th and 21st, or just the 20th?
It's the 20th and 21st. Okay. It's 3 hours each day.
Beautiful. Yeah, so you can go and set up at NewMexicoUTD.com, and then you're going to have a schedule here pretty soon, huh? Looking forward to next year already?
Yeah, I think we're getting it next week, and that's good. It always makes it more real. But I mean, you guys were just talking about Diego, and what a time to be a sports fan in New Mexico, right? With the Lobos doing so well, both football and basketball. We've got the Ice Wolves going. The Goatheads look like they're going to be the real deal. And then obviously we had a great season making it to the Western Conference Finals. So I just love being a sports fan in New Mexico right now.
It's a good time. So what do you think about Diego Pop? It's been the big topic today.
Yeah, I mean, he's earned it, right?
There's no argument.
Yeah, he's cocky. Yeah, he's cocky. He's got his own style, and his brother's got his own thing. But I'm so proud that this kid's from New Mexico and is going to be sitting there in New York on Saturday night. Like, what a great accomplishment. How often do you have someone come out of New Mexico? I don't know if it's ever happened, actually, to be a Heisman finalist.
Yeah,
so
Jim Everett finished sixth in the balloting back in his day. I think that's the high. I don't know where Tommy McDonald finished back in the day. Ron Patel's with us, the Poobah president of the New Mexico United.
Ron, you talk about, embracing New Mexico, and you guys have done that, at United, and especially and talk about just some players that, wrapped it up. Daniel Bruce, Caden Ryden, what they meant to the team, and kind of what you saw the community do for them, and how the players, have embraced this community, when they become players at United.
Yeah, there'll never be another Daniel Bruce, and there'll never be another Kalen Ryden, right? There'll be other great players and other great community champions, but what these guys have done for this community, and not just on the field, right? For those listeners that aren't devout fans of New Mexico United, these guys spend so much time with the kids around town. Last year, we visited 5,675 kids in schools, community centers, classrooms, hospitals, Native American pueblos, all over the place. And, Brucey and Kalen were always the first ones to raise their hand and say, we want to be a part of this. They truly got what the club is all about. And, yeah, we play soccer, but that's not why we do what we do, right? We exist to bring New Mexicans together. That's been our mission statement since day one in the office that Peter and I started this year. That's great. But there's another 345 days a year where we've got a responsibility to give back, and it's not just a marketing line, it's not a checkbox, it's something that we show with our action, and that's when I say 600 kids. We're really proud of that.
We get this question a lot, and I know you get it 15 times a day. What's the latest on the stadium?
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no development since we last chatted. We've won our appeals for the stadium at Blue Vista Park. We've got our lease signed with the city. The city is engaged in a lawsuit with 11 households. That's it. That are around the neighborhood of the Balloon Fiesta. There are many neighbors that are in favor of this, and so we're basically waiting for that lawsuit to be finished, and then the city will give us a pad-ready site so that we can build the stadium on there. So lease is already signed. Everything's ready to go. We're just waiting on that lawsuit to go away so the city can give us a pad-ready site. It's pretty boring, but that's no offense to the lawyers out there, but the law can be long, and it can take a little while with our policy in New Mexico. And it looks like some of that stuff is starting to get fixed, and hopefully be better for the future to develop more stuff. Because a lot of people they go through these processes in New Mexico, they end up building elsewhere. And I think we gotta encourage people to build in New Mexico, not go somewhere else.
When you say pad ready sites, when you get the okay, it's shovels in ground and let's go.
Absolutely, we're ready to go. Our owners are ready to go with their money to build this thing. We've said from day one we're good for a minimum of $30 million of private money. We've got it lined up and ready to go. We just need to be able to be given the okay to put that shovel in the ground, and that just takes the lawsuit to expire and then the city to provide the pad-ready site to us.
He's Ron Patel, the president of New Mexico United, with us here on the Sports Animal.
Well, Ronnie, of course, before we let you go, you mentioned always wanting to be a part of the community. Now you guys got the giving machine going on, and what's up with that, and what you guys are trying to do there?
Yeah, it's really cool. It came across our radar a few months back. It's like a reverse ATM. So instead of, or a reverse vending machine, sorry, not a reverse ATM. So instead of going to the vending machine and putting your money in and getting your Coke or your Snickers bar, you're actually giving money to a nonprofit. There's local nonprofits on there. There's global nonprofits, and you pick the one that you want to give to. So much time is focused on buying stuff for our families and our friends and ourselves. I think we always have to remember there's a lot of people out there that are less fortunate. We thought this would be a cool way to give back to so many different people. So that giving machine will be in our store this Thursday. And then if you can't make it to the store, our store, by the way, is in Nob Hill on Carlisle and Central. If you can't make it on Thursday, on Friday, it'll be at the Cottonwood Mall. And we've been super proud to partner with these guys to do this initiative to help just raise funds for worthy causes, both locally and regionally.
That's really, really cool. And I was talking to the person who's running that the other day. I just think it's really, really cool what you guys are doing. Hey, how fun was this season? I mean, the run to the Western Conference Final and being one win away from hosting the championship. This is on the path where I know you guys want this club to end up.
It gives me the chills just thinking about it again, how close we were. We obviously didn't earn the opportunity. We were not good enough in that Western Conference Final, but I don't want to focus on that. I think focus on what you said, Jeff, with with just how great of a season it was. I mean, sports, we're in the moments business, is what I tell our staff all the time. And for the rest of my life, I will never forget that moment in the Western Conference semifinal. We're tied, and it's in the 93rd minute. The final whistle's about to go to extra time, what we call it, overtime. And Deion Harris hits that ball from about 25 yards out and goes into the top corner, and the Lab just went absolutely raucous. And there are people that will remember that moment that were there 10, 15 years from now. It's a moment they'll never forget, and a moment I'll never forget. That's sports, right, guys? It's just those beautiful moments that you'll never forget. And it was such a magical season, and we went a step further than we've ever been. The furthest we had been was the Western Conference semifinals. This year was the Western Conference Finals, so I think that only means next year we should be poised to make a run to the national final. We were poised to host it too. Yep. We would have had the game here. John Traub and the Isotopes have been superb about helping get the venue fit for CBS, because the final was on network television right before Big Ten college football, and we would have had to do a lot of changes to make it fit ready for CBS. And John and the Isotopes were awesome in getting that ready, and they were on the field rooting for us in those games too. It was awesome to see our organizations coming together, truly for one thing. It was great.
The way it's supposed to be. New Mexico UTD is the website. That's where all the information is on the camp, on the Giving Tree, on the schedule release, on all the things that are coming out, all the things that are exciting about New Mexico United. Appreciate you spending a few minutes with us. Good to talk to you, Ron.
Hey, thanks, guys. Always love chatting with you. Appreciate all you do for sports in New Mexico. Thank you.
Be well. He is Ron Patel, the president of New Mexico United. All right, we'll wrap it up. I got a few more that I got to get into. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This is Boomer.
They're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies. The 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
All those things there. I'll agree with him on one thing. I'll agree with him on a few things, but he said it's a great time to be a sports fan in New Mexico with everything that's going on with the Lobos, football and basketball, and Ice Wolves and Goat Heads, and for whatever reason he decided to not mention, but I will. A 23rd ranked team in the country coming into playing a bowl game, an 11-2 nationally ranked North Texas against a 9-3 co-champion of the Mountain West in the Isleta New Mexico Bowl, the 20th anniversary, which I think is something to celebrate, even if they may not.
Can't wait.
It's 20 years of postseason college football. It'll be televised nationally on ESPN on a Saturday afternoon, and is one of the best games of the bowl lineup, I would argue, with this, and many of the pundits agree. So even though Ron wanted to leave that out, I'll throw that in if that's okay. Is that all right? I mean, granted, I have a stake in it.
Pretty good game. A lot of teams would like to go to this game.
All right, 505-246-0610. Let me give you a few that came in. Carl Diego Pivia equals Johnny Tapia. Jeff, with all this talk of Diego, got me thinking if New Mexico had a Mount Rushmore. Here are mine. Coop, Alan Bobby Unser, Urlacher, and Johnny. Honorable mention to Nancy Lopez and Holly Holm. Okay. We're not doing Mount Rushmores today, but you can if you'd like. I think I got most of your stuff in. The text up. Diego is 24, playing against a bunch of 18 to 20-year-olds. Not really.
Not anymore.
Yeah, he's a stereotypical guy who took kindergarten twice, then gets cocky after being better than everyone else on the football team his senior year. Most of the other guys are just as old as he is and playing as many years as he is too. It's not. I mean, is it different now than it was? Yeah. Did he get? Does he have more years of guys in the past? Yeah. But he ain't the only guy on the field playing like that. Against, he's not playing against a bunch of 18 and 20-year-olds. These guys are grown-ass men just like he is. Now, that's a whole nother conversation if you want to tell me that it's different. Mo, let's go. Got time for you. You're on the Sports Animal. What's good, Mo?
Hey, quick word on Pavia. I saw him play in high school. My daughter graduated with him. But a couple tidbits. New Mexico Military Institute already has a Heisman. Roger Staubach. So Pavia will be the second Heisman from NEMI. And if the Southeastern Conference voters hang tough, you have 3 Midwestern players versus 1 Southern player. And if everybody out west holds tough on Diego Pavia, he could be the next Heisman winner.
I think that's a great point. I appreciate you bringing that up. Let me give you one other. Marty just sent me this. Back in 1956, Tommy McDonald finished 3rd in the Heisman. He, of course, from Highland High School. Paul Hornung won that, and 90 points back was Tommy McDonald. Johnny Majors of Tennessee finished 2nd, 994 votes, and Tommy had 973. So what
was interesting about that vote is his offensive lineman also was a hell of a football player and took votes away from Tommy McDonald. There was Oklahoma
Jerry
player
Tubbs
finished right behind McDonald.
Yeah, Jerry Tubbs.
McDonald was the best player in the country that year, hands down.
Yep. Tommy and Jerry Tubbs split that OU vote in support. That's absolutely right. Mo, great to hear from you. Thank you.
Awesome, brother. Have a great week.
You as well. We were asking what was the highest New Mexico player finished? Jim Everett finished 6th at Purdue in his Heisman voting, and Tommy McDonald 3rd, and split votes with Jerry Tubbs, his teammate.
That's football, baby. Yeah. Offensive lineman getting Heisman votes.
When was the last time that happened? All right, you got Lobo Talk tonight. JJ Buck will have Lobo Talk out at Sandia Sports Bar. That will be with Mike Bradbury and some of the ladies out there as well.
That's the plan.
All right, go out and see JJ. That's at 7 o'clock tonight. You'll listen to it over here.
Right here
on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Channel. Are we doing Ryder on the radio tomorrow? Do you know? I mean, I think we should.
We should.
I think it'll be an interesting one with him if he wants to join us. So that'll be the plan for tomorrow. Jerry Palm, of course, on Thursday. We never really got into a lot of the NFL stuff. A great conversation there. And whoever it is that said, stop trying to push sell some. I'm not selling anything. This was about if you don't like what somebody else says, or if I don't totally agree on your side or whatever, I think what JJ and I have done today is give you the forum to go feel however you want, say whatever you want. The exercise was intended to how do you feel about Diego, and I think we got a pretty good idea that you're split. The Herd with Colin Coward's next. Jim Rome's after that. Kenny Thomas comes in at 4. JJ's got Lobo Talk at 7. We're back tomorrow morning with award-winning radio starting at 7 a.m. Adrian, great work on television. Sorry about my camera. He's JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta. Big day for you.
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Hey, be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of worth, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Rated on ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Sweet Rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.